Education and Sports with Africa program, Yes with Africa, is a program that was initiated to develop new leadership in Africa with bases in Senegal, the Republic of Senegal, and the Republic of Benin in West Africa. We developed the program in 1999, and it has been a collaboration between the University of Massachusetts Department of Athletics, the Center for African, Caribbean, and Community Development, and our partnering organizations in West Africa with the Yes Senegal program and the Yes Benin program. We've been fortunate to have co-sponsors with the United States Agency for International Development, the United States Department of State, private sector sponsors such as Coca-Cola and airline corporations, as well as local private sector sponsors in each of the countries. The Youth Leadership Development Program is one that is based on a tripartite model, which includes both public sector collaborators and governments, both at the local, municipal, and national levels in each country, as well as the private sector and the non-governmental organizations. In each country, there is an independent board that has been established to support the non-governmental organization in each of the countries. The Youth Leadership Development Model is one that focuses on developing leadership skills among both young girls and young boys, ages 7 to 19 or 20. There are 5 essential components of the program that we have then collaborated with the trainers model, in which trainers came from the U.S. and worked with colleagues in each of the countries to develop the sets of skills which they have then used to coordinate and continue the program on a sustainable basis. We focused in 5 discrete areas: health education, athletics, environmental awareness, art, culture, and music, and technology. And of course, athletics has been at the core of the program, in which we've used basketball under the leadership of Vice Chancellor Charlie Titus, who's also the athletic director at the University of Massachusetts, Boston.
Well, I think it was an opportunity for us to bring some things to Africa that did not exist there, particularly in the countries of West Africa. You know, a lot of people go to South Africa, so it's a very popular place. Not a lot was happening in West Africa when we got started. It's been an opportunity for us to build some leadership skills in young folk. It's been an opportunity for us to develop basketball as a sport in West Africa. And I think most importantly, it's been an opportunity for us to help people of West Africa, particularly in Benin and Senegal, develop programs that could be youth development programs that could be sustained over long periods of time.
Well, as a former funder, I would say that this program has been a total success in that the attraction of young people to come and want to participate in basketball or other kind of sports. But in order to do that, they had to also do their math and science. And so in developing those critical skills, it also created an enjoyment and a pleasure around it.
You know, in West Africa, charitable giving by the nonprofit sector was, for most parts, is non-existent. It's just not something that was a part of the culture there, if you will. I do believe that that's changing to some extent, and I would like to believe that it's changing in Senegal and Benin because of the work that we've done there and because of the work that the staffs from Benin and Senegal have done. So that they are now, after coming here and spending some time analyzing the way that fundraising is done in the U.S., particularly at the grassroots level, they're doing that type of fundraising in those countries now. And Benin has been extremely successful. They have a major program that's going to run this summer. Senegal has not been as successful yet, but they're coming on strong. Senegal's done a really good job of building an advisory board to support the efforts of the program there, and I think the next natural step is better fundraising. and more support from the private sector?
I think the private sector is very critical and very important because once the government money is gone, the private sector can continue to function and support these programs. For instance, one of the programs in the YES program was to get the young people to have much stronger skills and want to do math, want to do science. And with the private sector, they are able to support it through funding and also to connect other private sector forces for funding.
The main objective for the YES program was to enhance and develop skills, athletic skills for young people from 8 to 18. There were about 100 of them involved in the program. And in the process, they had to learn not only new skills, but also they had to learn to play in a context which was different from the context that they used to because of the cultural differences that was also involved. It was a program that was very challenging, not just for the coach, but also for the young people who were involved. The variables were quite numerous and complex in such way that they were learning by playing and also playing to learn things that you would not otherwise learn from a traditional setting.
As the Yes with Africa program enters its next phase of development, the sustainability of our program activities is key to the success in the future. While we have had contributions to the program that have come in the form of athletic equipment, jerseys, materials that will support the health education activity or the arts programs, we need to be able to develop both contributions and continued forms of support that allow our program to be sustainable. Here is where we need your contribution. As a non-profit organization, the Yes with Africa initiative is one which will be continuing its second decade of activity in developing a new generation of young leaders in West Africa. We hope to be able to expand both to other countries there and other regions on the continent of Africa. And we need continued support to do that. We look forward to working with you in collaboration and those other colleagues who can help us develop this new leadership for Africa's future.